presenting on competencies and inclusive care in retirement. He and Sunusi Safiyu. So presenting on competency and health inclusive care in retirement adjustment for successful aging, an analytical study on Nigerian retirees. Maybe he will build on what I presented. All right, Mr. Yakubu, you have the Dr. Yakubu, you have the floor.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having you all in this very mix. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, thank you for having me. Okay, thank you for having me all cleared. My paper is titled Competency, Inclusive Care, a Retirement Adjustment for Successful Aging, an Analysis for Nigerian Retirees. This paper is in line with some presenters have highlighted some background that give me a little insight for much background of the paper. They're talking about retirement. Retirement, it was prioritized to be classified and explained to be mutual separation. It's a sense of continuity, and it goes for activity. I loved what the presenter from Arab Emirates that said plan, save, share, and spend. And this is in line with the paper that I'm going to present. And this planning, share, and save is in line to plan what you are going to spend. Then you should spend in health and promoting social connection. Number one, the competency. Many researches have been conducted in retirement, but most of the areas they was concentrating in developing knowledge about retirement and concentrating on savings, and forget to see that. We look at it like it's very of paramount important to talk about competency. Competency in nutshells happens to encompasses many things, that the key competencies of knowledge, skills, and attitudes. These are the three key things that a person in retirement that he should concentrate and develop and know what to do for that. As such, this is the title. Can you take me to my slide, Mahasan?
Yes, I'm working on it. All right. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yes, let's go to the next slide. In the introduction of the paper, we have comes to define competency as an ability of integrating and applying conceptual appropriation of knowledge, skills, and psychological factors, which has to do with the belief of one, his attitude, his value, and emotion that is consistently performance to the successfully within a specific domain. Competency framework, many organizations, many scholars have come to identify this as a communication. This include communication, adaptability, flexibility, planning, organization, and continuous improvement. So I think the next slide, Malasan, these competencies are the things to be developed during retirement. And as such, it was going to be more helpful for one to have a kind of things. Then we look at it like if somebody retired has been identified that a lot of things comes to him, he's neglected and what have you. So what have been the key factors? We addressed that inclusive care as a key aspect of including coordinated medical care, social works, and what is there in it. Then we now look at aging and retirement. Retirement happens to be a reflection of aging has to be a kind of an ability for one to become an adult person, and at the same time, when the body experiences some changes, which happens to be continue wearing out and tear in terms of biology and in terms of changing of social role from the social perspective. And so therefore, with this, inclusive care is of paramount importance that has to do with engagement, counseling, and emotionals to financial adjustment and health. With a retirement are identified as the key aspects, health and finances, as highlighted by other presenters. So therefore, in this very aspect, inclusive care and retirement, if we look at Nigerian society, in traditional Nigerian society, retirement has to be that we have attitude of caring of our family. But aged persons in the extended family have not been feel neglected. But due to the modernization and civilizations, the idea of living in an extended family is now coming to be a narrative of the fast in Nigerian society. And this is presenting a lot of challenges to retirement. And as such, inclusive care, in this inclusive care, we have to look at inclusive care in the levels. One, at the meso level, at the mega level, meso level, and micro level. In the national, we need to have policies, program, and institutions to take care for the elderly in terms of social, psychology, and health. Then at the middle, with this organizational level, we need to have programs to address this, hearing engagement, empowerment, education on literacy, education in digital literacy and media literacy that will now help and emancipate these older persons. Retirement at this very juncture, two theories were identified. That is the theory of the continuity theory and the activity theory. You need to, when a person retired, you need to continue to adjust. And at the same time, you need to have activity. And this activity, not only for leisure activity, but an activity that would be a kind of a driving factor. If at all, we count competency and inclusive care in this, what is need to be in place? Therefore, we need to have supportive and enabling environment for this elderly. We need to provide projects and programs to help these elderly persons. And we need to establish agencies and institutions to take care for these elderly persons. Like in Nigeria, hopefully we start having the National Senior Citizen Center, who is driving so much programs and activity toward ensuring the Nigerian elderly get a better aging system. What is being the state of the art? The state of the art now, there is no much policies and programs toward retirement adjustments. Only that things are left with the retiree himself by themselves to provide care for themselves and planning for their own life. So therefore, at the end, Dr. Atas, can you take me to that diagram of key competencies so that we can be able to? Okay, we have make a presentation of these diagrams to look at it. Like we have the level at the macro level, meso level, and micro level. In terms of competency, the number one key competency is knowledge, skills, and attitude. Number three, then inclusive care at that very micro level, it should be integrated care programs, like program of all-inclusive care for elderly, that is first, an adult daycare, nursing home, therapists, social works, and many things around that. And in the meso level, we need to have retirement adjustment counseling. That is in the organizational level, where from the organization the person worked or NGOs that come with this. Attitudinal, this has to do with the retiree himself to take care, like giving him a home care, the family and the friends comes together to championship, promote independence, and reducing the burden of the care. And then we now collaborate this with the five models of retirement adjustment that set pre-retirement counseling, honeymoon, disenchantment, reorientation, and stabilization stage. In each stage, we see that in the pre-retirement, that is, the knowledge is always been to be acquired. We mark them. Then in the pre-retirement, you need to still having a skill. Then secondly, in the disenchantment, you need to have healthy lifestyle. That is why it's tough. Then from there, we have reorientation stage, which happens to be covered almost all there to this section. Then the last is the orientation stage, whereby all the meso, mega, and minor has been covered. Then in terms of the findings, the paper find out that in Nigerian context, retirees proper retirement adjustment is associated with retirement knowledge and adequacy gathers resources, a sense of purpose and skill for proactive adoption, and creating routine for role and social work of a sense of purpose, and competency level of knowledge, skills, and attitude, and access to inclusive care from authority, NGO, and general community has to be for one to adjust into the new role. And the paper recommends, to the slide of recommendation, this paper recommends that a retiree should develop competency in financial literacy, seek continued education and skill for potential part-time work, and actively participate in social and community engagement programs to maintain well-being and purpose. Government at its aim should make a mandate of pre-retirement education, streamline timely pension payment, fully implementation of national policy on aging, and provide public and social infrastructure like creational center. For NGOs, there should be an advocacy for right of older persons, provide essential services of home care, support groups, and collaborate with government to inform evidence-based policy development and ensure comprehensive support. This is all about the paper. Thank you for listening and for your time. Thank you very much.